And she went from a woman that I wasn't super attracted to, but she was very cool to hang out with, to a woman that I was extremely attracted to because of her actions and the fact that she cared so much. And I'd never seen that in all of my relationships in the West. So today we're going to present to you the biggest problem that we see with men wanting to date women overseas, more so I guess Eastern Europe, because they have this plethora of websites that allows you to choose the woman that you want to be in a relationship with these drop down boxes and all the preferences and all that sort of stuff, right? So we're going to talk about the problem with that, and then we're going to present to you an alternative. And it may not be a very popular alternative, but I think by far it is the best option. Okay? So anyway, my name is Stryker.
My name is Luba.
And we own a international matchmaking company called Heart Rocket. Link in the description below if you are wanting to find out more. So,
and if you want to join our Telegram group where we sometimes, not often, but share some interesting stuff, or you can ask us direct question over there. So please, also the link in the description.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the biggest problems that we see, and maybe you don't see this as a problem, right? You may see it as, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to go out and I'm going to go and get. And I've always been a strong advocate for that. If you want something, go out and get it, and don't let anybody tell you that it's not achievable or that you don't deserve it, or
it's
that
impossible.
Or it's impossible, or anything like that. If you want it, go out and do your very best and do the work to go and get that, right? But let's take a look at this for a second here. So when men come over to date over in Eastern Europe, they're looking for their idealistic woman. A woman that has been, because of who she is, her whole life's journey has shaped her. Maybe it's from a very young age through whatever it may be. It could be through everything, through her social life, through her family, through her job, through her career, through her experiences in life, has shaped her to be a particular type of woman that would be appealing for you. She's kind, she's caring, she looks beautiful, she gets her nails done every odd week at the salon. She takes care of her eyebrows, her hair and everything is completely immaculate. Plus, she has the goals and the values that you want to have in a woman as well, right? Everything, your perfect woman is what you are looking for. But the problem that can come with this is that she's already been shaped before you came along. She did all of the work before you came along. She took care of herself. She went to the gym. She did yoga when she didn't want to do yoga. She went to the gym. She ate the right food. She did all this stuff before you. Now, she's doing all that stuff in preparation to meet the perfect man. Now, the problem is that you may not be the perfect man, but she would be possibly the perfect woman for you in this example here. And what we see with this is that men can sometimes get caught up in this. She's got the perfect eyes, but if only her personality was better, right? And we did a video about choosing a wife like you're buying a pizza. And the more you date over, say, in Ukraine, obviously before the war, the more picky men became.
Absolutely.
And this also happened with, say, pro daters from the female's perspective. The pro daters, we talked about this also in other videos, is that she went out with a man, but he was too old, but he had the money. Now she wants a younger man, but he's too cheap, or he's too short, or whatever. And the more options that are presented, the more difficult it becomes to choose. So I present to you an alternative, right? There are women that have already done the work, and that's who they are because of their life's journey. But there's also women out there that are willing to be shaped by the right man. So you can take a woman who has the mentality of already understanding within herself that she doesn't really know who she needs to be as a woman in order to keep a man happy. I believe that this is a far better option than a woman that believes that she knows what it takes to make a man happy, because she's beautiful, she's had all the attention, and that attention has given her the confidence to not change. It may have even given her the confidence to do dumb shit, like get her lips made really big and dye her hair really blonde when it shouldn't be blonde, because she's got the attention from certain types of men. But taking a woman who has more of a approach to relationships, that she is happy to do what it takes to keep the man happy. She's willing to be molded, right? She's like
Play-Doh.
She's like Play-Doh, right? And I believe the key to a long-term successful relationship where the man and the woman can be happy, of course there's going to be the masculine and feminine roles. This has to be respected in the relationship. But a woman that can look at a man, and if the man says, a man expresses what he would like out of a woman, or what would be. I'm going to go one step further than not just what is acceptable, but what his preferences are. That she is willing to say, if this will keep my man happy, I'm willing to do that, because she has respect for him as a man. She really sees herself as a wife, or a long-term relationship, or possibly a wife. In her mindset, it will be as a wife, a mother to his kids as well, which you have together. I'm willing to do whatever it takes in order to make this man happy. I'm just putting that out there as an option for guys out there wondering, what's a better thing to do.
And I 100% agree with that, because over the calls and so many years of experience, I can tell that I have never ever met any single Ukrainian lady or Eastern European lady who would not want to take care of herself, or go to the gym, or eat healthy, or anything like that. But sometimes they don't have opportunity for that. They don't have enough resources for that, or time. Somebody is working too much, somebody maybe is a single mother, somebody different reasons can be. But the difference between Ukrainian lady and the Western woman, I believe, is that they still want to be feminine, and if they have a chance, and if they have opportunity to be taken care of, right? To be taken care of, they would definitely be super feminine, and she would be anything, she would be everything that you want in your woman. So when you are looking for that lady that is already done all of that, usually they end up and the guys call, oh, she's a high maintenance woman. And so it also causes the conflict, because you think, I don't want to date a woman like that. And also there's some extreme, that when the lady is taking too good of a care, then, the lips are coming on a plate. You know what I mean? The boobs are coming on a place, and everything. And so it caused a chain of different questions, of different everything. But that you have to look for the we're not talking it's very important to stress it enough that we're not telling you to date a woman that you're not attracted to. This is very important, right? We're not talking about that, but that you have to focus more on the inner qualities and traces that she has, rather than just her look. That is super important. And we always, all our clients choosing the ladies that they want. We only there for them to advise and say yes or no. Do we agree with, do we think that this lady is a good match, or we don't? Maybe sometimes, I say, really, pay attention to this lady. She's really good for you. I know her. I spoke with her. I interviewed her. Really, I spoke with you. I think that you should speak with her. And it's still your choice. Would you agree with me, or would you not agree with me? I mean, to have a call with this person. But anyway, finding a lady that will have all the boxes that you're looking for, you absolutely limit yourself in a way of being successful.
Yeah, actually, just thinking just then, I watched a video 2 days ago, and it was, actually, I'll find it and I'll put a link in the description below. So if you've got to the video this far, go check it out. It was a YouTuber who took this woman. He was in the village. He took her, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but I just sort of skipped through it because I didn't have time to watch it. And she was kind of like a village girl, and she was going to pick up some firewood, and he took her to the shop, and he bought her clothes. He took her to the salon, got her hair done, and she looked like fancy hair, and she looked like a completely different person, right? Completely. And you could tell, just from the smile and the look on her face, that there was something very unique about what had happened, and that wasn't really who she was, but she felt beautiful on the outside. And the fact that she wasn't beautiful on the outside, so to speak, before, and now that she is, and the fact that he went and did that for her, and the fact that she actually appreciated that, I mean, it says a lot. If you watch the video, you'll understand what I'm saying. So Luba's right. We're not saying that you should find a woman that is unattractive at all. We've always said from the very beginning is that you should find a woman that you have some level of attraction to, and then maybe you can build off that. And because what you can build off that is something that can be really very uniquely special, in the sense that she hasn't had that attention because of her beauty and her looks and her glamour and her big lips and all that other sort of stupid stuff. She understands that, to keep a man happy, she doesn't just have to look beautiful. There's other things that she has to do as well. And, we have this saying, I don't know if it's a popular saying or whatever, but we used to call it, she has the attitude, she's hot, but she has the attitude of a fat girl. right? Have you ever heard this? I think we maybe talked about it before, but it's like when a overweight woman, I don't know, in the West, I guess, when an overweight woman becomes hot and thin, she still has that mentality, because we all knew the overweight girl that would hang out with the boys and she'd drink beer with the boys, and she didn't really care about how she looked, and it was just her attitude. She had the cool attitude. And then she became thin, and then she was hot, and then all of a sudden she still has that same attitude, because that's how she was for the last 10, 15, maybe her whole life. So it's just something to think about, right? And we're not saying to do one or the other. We're just thinking, just sit back and think, well, what do I want? Do I want a woman who has already prepared herself and has been, I guess, groomed herself in a way to appease men, and she has got that attention already? Now, is that something that I want, or do you want to have a woman that is moldable, that will do pretty much anything to keep her man happy? Because the other woman who is super hot all of the time, spent her whole life, going through this, getting a lot of attention, she knows that she can get that attention from anywhere. Right?
Yeah, that's true. And like a lot of guys, they worry that, the lady, like sometimes they look at the photos, at the profile, and they say, oh, she probably has a lot of guys chasing her. And when you speak with the person, you understand that, like it's not like sometimes even the photos, I used to like my little thing that when we were doing the tours, I have not always, some of the guys allow me to do one blind date, and it was like the most incredible thing when I saw that, that I match people like that, they really have a chemistry. Sometimes it works, like sometimes it's just like, nice to meet you, bye bye. But that was the beauty of that. Like really, I miss it so much, because like photos are photos. Like somebody taking better photos, somebody worse, somebody taking photos in a short dress, and then like this is how you vision this person. You think that if she has a photo in a very short dress and high heels, this is her outfit for every day, even at home. But that's not true. So it's just the photos. So I want, and I know that all of our clients, they dig deeper and they want to know the reality of this person. And when they speak, that's why we do the coaching, because we want them not to ask some questions like, on the top, like, oh, so what are your hobbies, or like what is your favorite color? We want them to ask questions that are deeper, to be able to understand if this person is good for you, to live with you in the same place, to sleep with you in the same bed, and to raise a family together. So I think it's something to think about.
Yeah. I was going to tell a story throughout this video. I thought, should I tell the story or not? I actually told the story a few times over the last few days, and I'll tell the story if you guys have if you guys have hung out till the end. And it was something that really opened my eyes to dating. I hadn't gone down the red pill path at this stage here, but I'll tell you this. Okay, so I met a woman and I wasn't super attracted to her, but we ended up sort of hanging out and being friends. And as a man, you look at a woman when you meet her and you think, would I go there? Is she hot? That's how we think, right? And I didn't think that of her, but we hung out a little bit, and she was kind of cool. And then we decided that that we wanted to go snowboarding. So we went snowboarding, went up to Carpathian Mountains, and it's not like a fancy ski resort. It's these little kind of huts, and you hire a snowboard for like $7 a day, and there's a little food shop selling cheese and salami. Anyway, I went in to hire the snowboard, and when I came out, I couldn't find her anywhere. And I saw her in this little shop that sold salami and meat and cheese, little tiny, like a shed. She bought some meat. She walked out with this little bag of meat, beef or something like that. And I was watching her, saying, what is she doing? And she walked out, and she walked around the corner, and she fed about 6 or 7 scraggly looking stray dogs that were so excited to get this meat, right? And she put it on the ground. The dogs were so excited about it. I just stood there, like with the snowboards that I just rented, watching her do this. And then she took the bag, she put it into the rubbish bin, and then she walked over and she was looking for where I was. And she couldn't see where I was, and I was just watching it the whole time. And she went from a woman that I wasn't super attracted to, but she was very cool to hang out with, to a woman that I was extremely attracted to because of her actions and the fact that she cared so much. And I'd never seen that in all of my relationships in the West. And the fact that she cared so much for these poor dogs in the cold, shivering, covered in mud and snow and ice, to feed them. And I didn't pay for the food, by the way. She paid for the food herself, and she didn't have a lot of money. That for me was like, it was like a little turning point in my life, that there are women out there, that really do care, that do have a heart, that can do things out of their own free will with nothing that's going to be, there's going to be no return for it in her at all. So that for me was an interesting experience. Yeah, it's quite interesting actually. The next day when we went up to the mountain, all of the dogs recognized her straight away and they all came running at her. So it was actually quite interesting. But anyway, so that's sort of like the basis of where my experience comes from. All of the stuff that I talk to you guys about, well, a lot of it is from my own experiences. Even what we're talking about, Luba, about the photos, and how they, can be misrepresented and that sort of thing, and have some level of attraction and build off that. When I say that, I've said it since the very start. You need some level of attraction and then build off that. It comes from that story there about the dogs. Okay.
Yeah, and this happening with the ladies that are not like, when the lady is like too done, like I call it like too done, like done, like she's like everything is there. She's coming on a date and she's like, okay, treat me like a queen. I'm here.
She knows how to.
She knows, she knows, and like I think that you immediately get unattracted to her. Immediately, like you sit next to her and you think, yeah, you are attractive, but you're a piece of shit. Like you're really.
Well, she knows how to play the game, and if you know how to play the game, you're experienced in the game, right? The better you are at the game, the more you've played it. Whereas if a woman turns up and she's kind of like she's done her best and she's shy, right? So she's shy and she's almost a little bit like timid, not sure what to say because she might say something stupid. Like this for me is attractive. Like a woman that doesn't really know how to date, I think it is attractive.
Yeah, and that's what we did the video about, like that women also doesn't have a clue, and that is good when she's unexperienced, and it means that you can experience everything together. But I saw these things like stryker talk about the story about the dog, and I saw like, for example, even if a lady like shares some food from her plate, or like or she pours some tea that she ordered like to share with the guys, this also like an eye opener for the guys, and they think like it's exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's why I say like I reckon I can write a course for the women. It'll be very short, 10, 20 minutes long, and it basically tells them to do that. But then if they are told to do that, do they really mean it? And that's the dilemma that you've got. But I mean we tell guys how to be, but it doesn't mean that that's not who they are. We're just telling them what women want.
I think that they do it if they want it, because I have a friend that I told about this. I also can write a course after you, but it's really easy like to attract the guy. Not easy, but it's not that difficult, I would say. I think it's more difficult to attract the woman because we're crazy, like literally, like it's impossible. We don't like this, we don't like this, we need this, we expect this.
I think you think it's harder than what it is.
I think.
Yeah. I think you think it's harder than
because
what I
for
think
me it's impossible.
Yeah, but yeah.
Nobody's attracting, but nobody attracting. I'm not attracted to anybody. Anyway, it's not what I mean in this video, but it's very I think that girls just very emotional and they're expecting much more than the guys. The guys just want her to be nice, good looking, kind and caring. The lady need him to be all over the place and she want at the same time 100 roses, and she want some surprises and islands and everything.
Well, if you ask a woman, that's what she'll say she wants. But if you ask a man who knows the truth, he won't agree with that at all. You can say that. Are you saying that like a woman, in order to keep her happy, she needs roses? She doesn't know if she does need roses. Maybe she needs this. She doesn't know. If you ask a woman, what would you like? That's the answer. But if you understand a woman truly, and I think that men who understand, I guess even from the point of like the red pill, even though I hate that term, they understand women more if you think about it on a very basic level. What do they really want?
I agree with you that if the man is know what to do, like if the guy is
then roses don't matter.
Yes, the roses don't matter. Yeah, but if the guy also is kind of like he doesn't know and he try to he's like in this Tetris game, like when something is falling and he's trying like to catch everything, like it also doesn't work because the lady in general, like she doesn't know what she wants because she's too emotional and she wants this, and the other day she wants this, and like I yesterday I went to the mall and it was like funny. It was like a Ukrainian couple or Russian couple, I don't know, but they speak Russian, and they was buying Pandora, and like I been a big fan of Pandora. If you know what it is, it's like a bracelet with a very expensive little chains, and I have a lot of them, but like it's really like I'm ashamed. But it was like I was obsessed with that because everybody was, and they was choosing, and she was asking, like I was staying behind, I can't believe, and I was listening to their conversation, and she was saying like, I want this or this, like help me to choose, what should I choose? And he say, no, whatever you like more. And so I was watching them leaving, so he tried to be quiet as possible to not help her to choose because he knew that she will be unhappy.
Do you think he was thinking, I wish I'd chosen another woman?
Yeah. as soon as they left, they started arguing. He bought her this like chain for $50, and he wasn't still unhappy, even though he was like trying to be as quiet as possible to not help her.
I'd like to have a little chat with him.
I gave him our business card. But anyway, so the topic of this video is a bit different, but just like understanding the psychology of women and understanding the psychology of men is very important when you start dating, right? When you do not get frustrated with that. But dating a lady who is not like maybe a little bit more, like simple is the wrong word, right? Like a little bit, not lower your standard, a little bit.
To lower your standard?
No.
To be realistic. No, okay. So
yeah, like if the guy is choosing the girl who is like really like number 10, like she's like, she presents herself like, and I always say that to the guys, do we have such ladies on our database? Yes, we do. And because like we have different guys. And so when the guy is choosing them, and of course a lot of guys get attracted to these women because like, even though they have not a professional photo shooting, you can see, even their photos from everyday life, it's how they really like, it takes 3 hours for her to leave the apartment. It takes for her like she doesn't care like where the children or like if the guy is having dinner, she only care about that. Is it really what you're looking for?
Well, it's not. Yeah, okay. So the video here, even though we go off topic as we always digress.
We're discussing stuff.
But yes, but the idea behind the video is that to just think about another option. Like, would you rather have this woman that has been validated 1,000 times before you by other men which shaped her, right? Or maybe it's just life's journey that just shaped her that way. Or would you have a woman who hasn't been shaped yet, a little bit less experience, still takes care of herself, but understands that she can't please a man as easily as what this woman can. In fact, she may even see this other woman and be really intimidated by how she looks, by the way that she can hold herself. But you have a woman here that you can create whatever you want with. So she has to be malleable, right? Malleable, pliable, right? And she has to be open to that. So what is the perfect woman? A woman that won't change because she's already got what she wants and she's already understands that that's what men want in her eyes. Or a woman that doesn't really know what men want and is very open to change. And she's, she has the attitude that I just want to make you happy. Right? Mm-hmm. I think that was the topic of the video, was it? Okay. Well, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.